All right, joining us now for more on our top story, Fox News contributor Sara, investigative reporter, author. It's out soon. July is coming. The Russian hoax. There he is, Gregg Jarrett, Fox News legal analyst. Gregg, let's start with the hearings today. With what, as you dig deeper into the IG report, all you see are all these Trump-hating lead investigators. And then the very same people, they put the fix it and rig what would have put any other American in jail with Hillary, and then they immediately go start the Russia investigation on Trump. Does that then disqualify and put into doubt from the get-go the Mueller witch hunt?
Oh, it absolutely does. And as Jonathan Turley pointed out, there's no possible way that Mueller can pursue obstruction of justice against President Trump, because both the IG and the acting attorney general have said Comey richly deserved to be fired. But today's best moment really happened on the cross-examination by Senator Lindsey Graham, when he said, "I'm not buying this, Inspector General. The bias at the FBI was so severe, so pervasive, it had to influence the decision to clear Hillary Clinton." And he pointed to the exoneration statement that Comey initially found Clinton guilty under the Espionage Act. But somebody changed the language ever so slightly, and that emendation allowed Comey to exonerate Clinton when, in fact, she had committed a crime.
You know, the swamp answer, Sara, as it relates to, oh, we're not going to second-guess prosecutorial discretion, as they call it here. We'll tell that to Christian Saucier, because he did far less, and he spent a year in jail, and there are many other examples that we pointed out on the program here. And what's interesting is he won't make that determination, but then the entire report, just example after example of blatant corruption and bias by the top people involved in this, and how much they love Hillary, protect her, and then the same people take a sledgehammer and literally try and destroy Trump from the get-go.
Sean, I think this was such an important hearing today, and Gregg's right on the money. I think Senator Graham gave the best cross-examination ever, and there were a number of things that came out of that. That exoneration, that change in language, actually appears to be the insurance policy that Peter Strzok was talking about with Lisa Page, his paramour, in those text messages. Remember, they were looking for an insurance policy. In another text message, and in that same text message, let me go back to that, they talk about Andy's office, Andy McCabe. So it would be Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. And the most important question was the one that Senator Graham asked. Was Andrew McCabe in that meeting with Peter Strzok and Lisa Page? And we need to know that from Strzok and Page. Those two need to be interviewed, and then Andrew McCabe needs to be interviewed again. Because if that's the case, if he was in that meeting, this is the most frightening example of FBI power since Edgar Hoover, and Americans should be terrified of it, because they were rigging an election.
And that's the whole point here. That's why it's the biggest abuse of power corruption scandal ever. The similarities, though, in terms of the Mueller investigation and the Hillary rigged investigation are eerie in this way, Gregg Jarrett, in as much as you have all of these same people that have been exposed here. And then you look at Jeannie Ray and Andrew Weissman and all the Democratic donors. It's the same corruption that will only be exposed down the line, although we've known for a long time, in Robert Mueller's witch hunt. It's no different.
It sort of makes you wonder, are the only people who actually work at the FBI Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Andy McCabe, and James Comey? And after all, they commandeered this case to Main Justice away from the field office. Why did they do that? Because they wanted to control it. And it was also being controlled by the Obama White House. That is abundantly clear. And yes, Mueller assembled a team of partisans, some of whom were also in on the Hillary Clinton fix.
Yeah. All right. All of this is now, this is the beginning of the process. And a lot of these people are in deep trouble.